Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this LOFTEK solar pendant light. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So on the side here it says indoor outdoor, remote control, high brightness, 160 LEDs, IP65 waterproof rating. Let's get this open. So we have a remote control here. It looks like it has on, off, high, middle, and low. Let's pull the light out. We've got the wire. There's a hanging cable, bracket, and here's the solar panel. So let's take a look at the light here. So it's made of plastic. We have power switch here. We have LEDs on the sides and on the bottom. It looks like we have a cable here. So it has this waterproof fitting. Okay. So if you wanted the light inside and the solar panel outside, you could drill a smaller hole, so you just have to pass this through. So let's take a quick look at the manual. So it says install your solar light in a location with full direct sunlight. Now they're talking about the whole system, specifically the solar panel. The light does not need to be in an area with light. Do not install in shaded areas, as those areas will not allow batteries to fully charge and will reduce the nighttime operating hours for your light. It says in some cases the power of the battery will come empty out of the box. Let the solar panel charge it for 2 sunny days for the battery to get fully charged. So here's the different parts here. We've kind of gone over those. Here's assembly instructions. It says make sure to mount the solar panel no more than 16 feet or 5 meters from the hanging solar shed light, the length of the wire provided. It says before installing, make sure to turn the lamp on, otherwise the remote control will not work. So that's this button here. So it has mounting hardware here to install the bracket on the solar panel. So you want it facing the sun, but the sun will move. So I would probably mount it facing the sun at the highest point in the day, and that'll be your most efficient, and then it'll be a little less efficient before and after that. So I'll scroll through these instructions here in case you want to read the details on it. So here are the tech specs. We can see it has a 2200 milliamp hour battery. Now the solar panel here says monocrystalline silicon. The Amazon description said polycrystalline, but as I look at the solar panel here, this looks like a monocrystalline panel. A polycrystalline panel will have kind of a crystallized look to it, and this does not have that. So let's take a look at this here too. So we can see the aluminum construction here. Looks like there is some plastic around here, and there's some sealant on the backside where they sealed all this in place. And it looks like it's in the automatic mode. When I turn the sun off, this is going on. So there's enough light in here that it's probably charging it just a little bit, not as much as the sun, but it's also telling it not to be on or off. So let's take a look at this bracket here for the solar panel. So if we take the solar panel here, I'll pull the plastic off. So I'm going to take these machine screws here and place them from the inside out. I'll put the bracket over those, and then I'll use the wing nut on the outside of that. I'll do that on the other side also. Then we have these screws here you can use to mount the panel. There's a couple different options there. So there's 3 screws and 3 anchors. Then we have this cable here, has a plastic coating on it, and this is for hanging the light itself. So then we have this connector here. Now this has a hole in it, so you can screw this into a surface, and then you can take this and screw it in, and then you can hang the light from this. And what you can do is press this cable up through here if you want it shorter, and then if you pull back on this, it doesn't pull through, but you can press in here to adjust it either way. So I can pull this down like this, and then this here has a little opening you can pull this through, like so. So you can adjust this up and down once you get it in place, and then if you're absolutely sure you want it at that height, you can then snip this off. And this came with a couple mounting screws too. So let's take a look at the remote. So here the light is on. I can press off to turn it off, press on to turn it on, and then we have high, middle, and low. So let me turn the lights off so we can see the light that this casts. So I'll hook the carabiner to it so I can hang it. Okay, so I'm holding it up here. And remember, there is light coming out the bottom also. So I'll turn off my light here, and we'll look at high, medium, and low. So I'm going to lift this to about 4 feet above my bench here, or maybe 3 foot. And here we have low, medium, and high. So this thing's putting off quite a bit of light. If you had this out on your patio under an awning or gazebo, this would have enough light that you could see with. I don't know if you're going to want to read a book under this light. If it was closer to your book, it might be fine. If it was up really high, it's going to be a more diffused light, so it probably wouldn't be good for that. But definitely would have enough to eat by, or just to entertain, or just hang out with your friends, maybe play a game. So I'm going to go take this outside and let it charge up, and then we'll take another look at it. Okay, so I've charged this up outside in the bright sunlight, and I wanted a nice dark place to set this up. So I actually put it in my garage, and it is disconnected from the solar panel right now, but I could connect it to the solar panel and run the wire outside. I'll turn it on, so now you can see how this lights up my garage. And this is on the high mode, I think. Let's see, yep. This is medium mode, and this is low mode. So if you can imagine this being in a shed, you can kind of see how much light there is. There's quite a lot of light in the center. There's a little light here. It's a little dark on the edges, but this is around a 20 by 20 garage. This is a lot larger than most sheds. And here I'm using the remote to do this, so I can turn it off, turn it on, high, medium, low. And now the remote's in my pocket. So the remote appears to be using RF. So that's the LOFTEK solar pendant light. One thing I do want to point out is that this won't turn on if this sees light. So if I press the button here and hit on, this will not turn off. You do need to darken this for this to work. So if you were to put this outside of a shed, it will only work at nighttime to have light inside of the shed. Now you can disconnect this cable here and it will seem like the solar is not charging, and then this will work. So let me do that real quick. So here it will run even though it's light in here, because it's not seeing any energy on the solar. So there are many applications for a light like this. I think a light like this would be great under an awning or under a pop-up canopy, under a pergola, on a patio near a pool. So you can hang this in one place and you can put this where the solar is. So you could mount this to a side of a shed, a fence post, top of a pergola, maybe fascia on a house. There are many options for mounting this. And this gives off quite a bit of light. I really like that. So it does come with this adjustable mounting cable. And this is a plastic coated cable too. But of course, since you have a carabiner here and a hook, the sky's the limits on the ways you can mount this if this is not the mounting option you want. So you could use a rope, you could use a chain, you could use like a plastic chain, cable, you name it. There are many options for mounting this besides what it comes with. But if you have a surface that you can use this on, this is a great option since it's adjustable, so you can dial in the exact height that you want. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.